Welcome everybody. Starting in just under 5 minutes time. Find a comfortable position. Clear the space around you. Good preparation is the key for meditation. Hello, Andrew. It has been another sunny day. Yeah, it's been beautiful. I'm very well, thank you. Very good. Enjoying this National Tea Day. Hello. Busy? Really? Busy with what? Okay. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. TikTok rhubarb tea, eh? Good choice. I used to drink a lot of rhubarb at one point, but I don't know. Don't drink it as much these days. It's a refreshing drink. Had some family in South Africa, and I remember they used to. I think it's a South African tea, isn't it, rhubarb? They used to make it with. They used to make a pot of rhubarb and add black tea. So they would make a pot. So they put one rhubarb in it, one rhubarb and one PG tips or something like that. And that actually made a really good blend. South African style tea drinking. Okay. Green tea. Yep. Good stuff. That is very true. Not all rhubards are equal. I can't remember the brand. What was there was an original brand, I think, wasn't there? An original brand of rhubarb. Can't remember what that was, but or main brand. Yeah, oat milk goes well with tea. It's probably the closest alternative milk, tasting milk, tea milk. Here we are, everybody. Here we are. It is May the 21st. And it's 7:30. And it is Meditate with Adam, session 60. Yeah, here we are. 60 days in lockdown, 60 days of meditation, and we just keep on going, don't we? Relentless, unstoppable meditation sessions. We're exploring the theme, Himalayan meditation. Very suitable for this moment in time in our existence where our physical life is restricted. Now, we haven't deliberately imposed that restriction on ourselves. Sometimes meditators will do that. They will impose a physical restriction on themselves to aid deeper concentration and meditation. Some meditators pray to be able to be physically restricted, to have their freedoms restricted, but often they are busy teaching and working to help the communities, but they dream of a time in the future where they are physically restricted so they can retreat. There's slightly different circumstances to now because we haven't chosen this restriction, so it potentially feels more limited. But this is our opportunity to cultivate wisdom and to appreciate that even though our physical life to some degree is restricted, this gives us the opportunity to discover mental freedom. Yeah. When our physical life isn't restricted and the world opens up for us, wherever we go, whatever we do, however much physical freedom we get given, we still don't necessarily have mental freedom. And we know this from before lockdown. We know the stresses, the worries, and the difficulties that we had before. But this is our time to go that bit deeper. So I was saying in the Mindspace Plus class last night about how, in a sense, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And we really need to seize the essence of it before it's over. As funny as it may sound, maybe, some degree waiting to be let out, but we need to seize this opportunity from a meditator's perspective to enter into the world of meditation and to go deeper into our mind, because we know that for a meditator, the only real obstruction for a meditator is distractions. Yeah, distractions. When our physical world is opened up, there is a myriad of distractions out there. We have maybe also found, when our life is more restricted, to distract ourselves from boredom, we deliberately go off into the world of distractions on the internet, on the TV, and so forth. Distractions are unlimited, they are never ending. But there's a lesser amount of distraction because we are physically restricted. So now is the time to go into our mind. Yeah. And over the duration of these 60 days, this is the 60th day, we have, if you look back on them, there's been a progressive deepening of the practices. If you go back to the very first one, the very first meditation 60 days ago, I sat here and was talking about overcoming stress, being peaceful, calm, and fearless, healing our body, healing the community, healing the world, these meditations. Then we went into the 21 breaths to ease the mind, an emergency mental care package, for your mental health. These very immediate, quick meditations where we combine words with the breath. For example, the first one of those was breathing in. I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out. I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in. Inhale. breathing out, exhale. Very simple but effective and immediate meditations. We went through a whole series of those. Pacifying. Now we're going into these Himalayan meditations, but then we're going deeper into our mind. And we're starting to explore the world of our mind. And I was talking yesterday about this text, which is the beginners, it's based on the beginners course that I run. Now in week 4, we touch on the theme, the mindful mind. Now this theme has a lot of depth to it. On the course, we only spend a week on it, but you can spend years just looking at it. And I wanted to read out briefly from this text in the section on mindful mind, because in the Himalayan practices, which we've been exploring over these past month or so, we do this practice where my body is like a mountain rooted in the earth. My breath is like the wind, and my mind is like the sky. And this is the one. My mind is like the sky. And we know from our experience now, these meditations, we're meditating on the mind. You know, you ask generally, where is the mind? You say to someone, where is the mind? Point here. This is the mind. Pointing to the brain, that's not the mind. We're meditating subtle mind, which is down here. Actually, the mind pervades the whole body. Part of the mind is up here. Yeah, but it's not just up here, it's down here as well. And more subtle levels of mind down here. Yeah, subtle minds, very subtle minds. When we meditate, we want to be meditating down here. How do we get down there? By directing our concentration there and directing the energies in our body there. Yeah, not up here. This is where all the conceptions come from. My body is like a mountain. My breath, like the wind. My mind, like the sky. Yeah, touching on that sky. There's a meditation in the Mindful Mind chapter entitled Cloud Watching. Yeah. Let the clouds of distraction pass through the clear blue sky. When we meditate on the mind, we are taking our practice to a subtler level. Down here. To be able to focus depends on having cultivated our concentration during the previous mindful practices. So that is a deeper practice. Yeah. If you struggle with these deeper practices during the session when it goes quiet and so forth, return to the previous practices. What are they? Breathing, mindful breathing, grounding oneself in the body, even listening to the sounds around us. We start by listening to sounds around us to catch all our mind, which is all around us, and bring it in, go back to those. When we talk about the mind, we cannot point to a picture of it or say that it smells like this or looks like that, because it is abstract and non-physical and cannot be experienced by our senses. It is for this reason that we're going to introduce analogies to our contemplations. Analogies can help point us in the right direction in our meditations. Once we start to get a feeling of the meaning of the analogy, we can let it go. This is the body like a mountain, breath like the wind, mind like the sky. It's an analogy. Yeah. They're a means to an end and not designed to distract us from the present moment. For example, in the cloud watching practice, by thinking too much about what types of cloud we're observing, what their shape and color is, and where in the world we are, we will bring too much conceptual detail to our training and take ourselves away from the scent of the meditation, which is to bring us into the present moment. With the cloud watching practice, we reflect on a very well-known analogy that goes back to the time of Buddha. Our thoughts and conceptions are like clouds arising and dissolving out of the sky of our mind. Yeah. If we observe the sky, watching clouds pass, we will see how they manifest, take shape, abide, and then gradually dissolve. The same process of arising and dissolving occurs with our thoughts if we mindfully watch them. We do not follow our thoughts, we let them pass. So we use the analogy, but do not need to turn our thoughts into clouds. We do not need to visualize our thoughts inside the clouds. The simple analogy is enough, using the imagery as a way to gain an insight into the practice. We are open to thoughts, curious to see, and gentle in our treatment of them. As the great Zen master Shunryu Suzuki instructed, we invite our thoughts, but we do not serve them tea. And it is National Tea Day today. What a coincidence. National Tea Day. We invite our thoughts, but we don't serve them tea. We don't entertain them. This is the attitude we need when we are meditating. We're sitting here, inviting thoughts, not entertaining them. Let's give it a go. Beginning by taking 5 long inhalations. Breathing in, deep inhalation. Hold it. And breathing in. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. Deep inhalation. And breathing. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. We'll take one more and breathe it out when you're ready to breathe it out. Setting our intention of compassion. I'm training in meditation to bring peace into my life. Calm and fearlessness. And I'm going to share my experience with all those around me. May everyone benefit in my community and across the world. And we engage in the 9-round breathing. Thumb inside the left hand, fingers wrapped around underneath the right chest, right index finger out, thumb inside, just underneath the ring finger there. Deep inhalation through the right nostril. Hold. Exhale 3 times. Third exhalation, breathe it all out. Then take a very long inhalation. Hold. Switch. Press. Breathe out 3 times. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Hands in the lap, deep inhalation. Filling the lungs. Hold. Breathe it out 3 times. Go again. Press. Breathe. Deep inhalation. Hold. Switch. Press. Exhale 3 times. Deep inhalation. Filling the lungs, switch. Press. Breathe out. 3 exhalations. Hands in the lap. Deep inhalation. Hold. Breathe out 3 times. Final round. Try to stay single-pointedly focused on the whole process. Deep inhalation. Hold, switch. Press, breathe out 3 times. Deep inhalation. Hold, switch, press, breathe out 3 times. Hands in the lap. Now for the final inhalation. Take a very long inhalation, and in your own time, breathe it out 3 times when you're in. My body is like a mountain. My breath is like the wind. And my mind is like the sky. We take our attention to the heart chakra, to the more subtle level of mind. We look at our mind. We invite our thoughts, but we don't serve them tea. We're not putting any restriction on what should happen to our mind. We're looking at it with intrigue, with curiosity, with gentleness, with compassion. My mind, like a vast sky, my conceptual thoughts, clouds, We enjoy this vastness of the mind and rest here, calmly abiding from moment to moment. Calmly abiding from moment to moment. exploring the vast world of our mind, sky of the mind. We're not serving tea to our thoughts anymore. We let them come and go. But we know there's much more inside of us than these conceptual thoughts. As our session begins to conclude, we dedicate the good energy from our practice, visualizing a seed of light at our heart, radiating out around our home, street, district, country, reaching all the people in our country, sending them our best wishes and all the positive energy from the meditation, radiating out across the world with gratitude, compassion in our heart. We wish healing to all those in the world. And we determine to carry on practicing, not just for our own benefit, but for the benefit of the world. A global compassion is our intention. Thank you very much. When you're ready, please bring your session to a close without forgetting. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., you'll be Meditate with Adam, session 61. Be there or be in bed. Take care. Thanks for joining.